Good afternoon and welcome to Lunchtime Poetry. I'm Lorie and I'm a librarian at Manlius Library, and today I'm going to share some poetry from one of my favorite authors, Jane Austen. It's not her poetry, but it's her favorites, and it's from this book called Jane Austen, Poems and Favorite Poems. And the first one I'm going to read to you is by Robert Burns, called Will You Go to the Indies, My Mary? Will you go to the Indies, my Mary, and leave old Scotia's shore? Will you go to the Indies, my Mary, across the Atlantic roar? Oh, sweet grows the lime and the orange, and the apple on the pine, but all the charms of the Indies can never equal thine. I hae sworn by the heavens to my Mary, I hae sworn by the heavens to be true, and say may the heavens forget me when I forget my vow. Oh, plight me your faith, me Mary, and plight me your lily-white hand. Oh, plight me your faith, my Mary, before I leave Scotia's strand. And that's Will You Go to the Indies, My Mary, by Robert Burns. The next one I'm going to read is called Verses supposed to be written by Alexander Selkirk during his solitary abode in the island of Juan Fernandez, by William Cowper. I am monarch of all I survey, my right there is none to dispute. From the center all around to the sea, I am lord of the fowl and the brute. O solitude, where are thy charms that sages have seen in thy face? Better dwell in the midst of alarms than reign in this horrible place. I am out of humanity's reach, I must finish my journey alone. Never hear the sweet music of speech, I start at the sound of my own. The beasts that roam over the plain, my form with indifference see. They are so unacquainted with man, their tameness is shocking to me. Society, friendship, and love, divinely bestowed upon man. Oh, had I the wings of a dove, how soon I would taste you again. My sorrows I then might assuage in the ways of religion and truth, might learn from the wisdom of age, and be cheered by the sallies of youth. Religion, what treasure untold resides in that heavenly word, more precious than silver and gold, or all that this earth can afford. But the sound of the church-going bell, these valleys and rocks never heard, ne'er sighed at the sound of a knell, or smiled when a Sabbath appeared. Ye winds that have made me your sport, convey to this desolate shore some cordial, endearing report of a land I shall visit no more. My friends, do they now and then send a wish or a thought after me? Oh, tell me I yet have a friend, though a friend I am never to see. How fleet is a glance of the mind, compared with the speed of its flight. The tempest itself lags behind, and the swift-winged arrows of light. When I think of my own native land, in a moment I seem to be there. But alas, recollection at hand soon hurries me back to despair. But the sea-fowl is gone to her nest, the beast is laid down in his lair. Even here is a season of rest, and I to my cabin repair. There is mercy in every place, and mercy, encouraging thought, gives even affliction a grace, and reconciles man to his lot. And that is verses supposed to be written by Alexander Selkirk during his solitary abode in the island of Juan Fernandez. And I really liked that poem. It made me kind of think of what we're all going through right now with self-quarantine and social distancing and work from home. And now I'm going to read one last short one called The Genocide Quat by William Whitehead. Yes, I'm in love, I feel it now, and Celia has undone me. And yet I'll swear I can't tell how the pleasing plague stole on me. 'Tis not her face which love creates, for there no graces revel. 'Tis not her shape, for there the fates have rather been uncivil. 'Tis not her air, for sure in that there's nothing more than common. And all her sense is only chat, like any other woman. Her voice, her touch might give alarm, 'twas both perhaps, or neither. In short, 'twas that provoking charm of Celia altogether. And that's The Genocide Quat by William Whitehead. And those were 3 of Jane Austen's favorite poems. At another day coming up, I'll be reading some of Jane Austen's actual poetry that she wrote. But for today, we're going to stick with just her favorites. I hope you've enjoyed today's edition of Lunchtime Poetry. I hope your Saturday has been lovely so far and that you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Have a great day. Happy Poetry Month. And I will see you here again tomorrow at noon on the Manlius Library YouTube channel.